But first, why your money may not be safe in the bank. Experts are warning of a new banking scam that allows criminals to withdraw cash from your account without you even knowing. The amounts are small and often go unnoticed until they add up to thousands, and it's too late. As Rodney Lohse reports, every account is vulnerable, but there are ways to protect yourself.
I've never used them, and I didn't even know that they existed. But there was a transaction.
The crims out there, they do go through people's rubbish bins and they do get data for identity theft, and that'd be one of the simplest things to do to start using someone else's bank account.
I'm paranoid about it now.
According to John Doessel, we all should be.
Couldn't understand who that was, and I'd not authorised a direct debit of $80 for anything. So once I saw that, I started going back into the transaction history, and I found 4 other transactions weekly.
In just over a month, John Doessel has had $2,000 siphoned from his business bank account. And if he hadn't have shut the account, it could have been a lot more.
Money could still be deposited into the account, but no one, including myself, can withdraw the money until the investigations have been finalised.
And how it was done was so simple. Someone, it appears, started paying their own bills using John's money. To do it, all they needed was his BSB and bank account number.
I have to do a song and dance to prove who I am to the bank. Fine, I can accept that. But when someone just comes along without doing a song and dance, and they can access the funds, yes, the piss-off value is pretty high.
It's so easy. So many businesses publish their bank account details online. We do, our trust accounts online. The Attorney General's bank account's online. And there's even a story that somebody used the Attorney General's bank account as their own for a direct debit at one stage.
Graham Doessel is from MyCRA Lawyers, a firm which specialises in unravelling these kind of problems. He says wrong accounts are debited all the time by mistake, and plenty of times on purpose too. Direct debit makes credit cards look like Fort Knox.
At least with a credit card, you've got the account number plus an expiry date plus the 3-digit number on the back. You've got so much more protection, whereas with the BSB and account number, it's just there. There's no real protection in place.
How do you protect yourself?
You can't, except check your bank account statement regularly. If you've got online access, go and have a look all the time, just see what's come out of the account. John
is not even sure how the perpetrator got his account details, but they are on every invoice he sends out.
It appears that last month I presented a invoice to a client that I don't use too often, or they don't use me too often, and on that day they informed me that they had a breach in their email system, and their computer systems were hacked. That was the same day as the first transaction.
But John has even greater concerns based on the name associated with the withdrawals and the destination some of the money was headed to. He's not sure what he was funding.
I cherish my freedom. I do not want to be tapped on the shoulder by the federal police to say, please explain, why are you funding this particular fellow?
But right now he has the problem of getting the money that's in his locked bank account.
Because that account's been closed or frozen, I now have to go through and inform all my creditors that do automatic transfers that we now have to change the bank account number.
And when he hands out his BSB and account number, he just hopes it doesn't end up in the wrong hands again.
Damn paranoid about everything now. I want to take all the money out of the bank and stick it under my mattress. At least there, I have a little bit of control. In the bank, what control do I have from anyone deciding that they want to do an automatic direct debit out of my account?